Hello, emissaries. Gores here, giving you guys a combo tutorial for my Horus Spright Synchro deck. I've seen a couple of Horus Spright lists running around, none that are doing this. I think that this combo is kind of insane, so let's just get into the protected version of the combo, which is where we open King Sark, Nimble Angler, and Deep Sea Diva, and of course our other two cards on our first turn. So the first thing we're going to do is go ahead and go to main phase. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to activate our King Sark. We're going to send those two cards from our hand to graveyard to go ahead and send the two Horus monsters that aren't dark from deck to grave. So we're going to go ahead and send Hapai and our protection. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and summon these back and make our Galaxy Eyes Photon Lord. Now you only have to do the combo this way if you fear or respect the rock. So if you respect the rock, this is definitely how you want to start the combo so that you can at least have some kind of insulation. Alright, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to use King Sarcophagus to send our Nimble Angler from our hand to the graveyard to send a third non-dark. The reason you don't want the darks going in grave is in case our opponent has a bestial monster, it kind of stops it stops us from going bananas, but doesn't stop the combo altogether. So we're going to go ahead and send Blessing of Horus from deck to grave, and this is going to trigger our Nimble Angler in graveyard. Nimble Angler is going to summon two Nimble monsters from our deck that aren't Nimble Angler, so we're just going to go ahead and summon out two Beavers. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to normal summon our Deep Sea Diva, whose effect is going to let us summon another Deep Sea Diva from deck. No big deal if they, have Ash Blossom and they, for whatever reason, Ash here. We can just do a slightly lessened, impactful board here, but this is just saying our opponent didn't have the craziness. So we're going to go ahead and Synchro 4 here into our Cupid Pitch. Cupid Pitch is going to reduce its level by 2. So the Cupid Pitch is now a level 2 monster. Now we're going to summon back that Horus monster that we sent to the graveyard earlier. And then we are going to Synchro 10 into our Baron de Fleur. Now, what this is going to do is this is going to trigger our Cupid Pitch to burn our opponent for 1,000 and go grab Hopier Squadron from our deck to our hand. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to go overlay our two level 2 monsters to make our Gigantic Spright. Then we're going to use our Gigantic Sprite's effect to special summon Spright Blue. And when Spright Blue gets summoned, its effect is going to activate to go and grab a Spright Jet. Now we can special summon out our Spright Jet, whose effect is going to activate and search out our Spright Starter. From here, we're going to link off our Gigantic Spright and our Spright Blue into Little Knight, and then we're going to set our Spright Starter and pass it to our opponent's turn. Once it's our opponent's turn, and we've determined what deck our opponent is playing, we can determine when it is safe to activate Spright Starter. So let's say we're going against a deck like Unchained that uses monster effects, right? So they normal summon Tour Guide, use its effect, right? We go Spright Red effect, negate that effect. In response, we're going to chain our Hopier Squadron to special summon itself, and then immediately synchro with our Spright Red, making Herald of the Arclight. So we have a monster negate from Spright Red, we have an Omni negate from Baron de Fleur, another Omni negate from Herald of the Arclight, another monster negate from our Photon Lord, and finally we have SP Little Knight. So a total of 5 interruptions for this combo. And it's a little bit safe to cards like Dark Ruler No More, since we can wait to activate our Spright Starter. This combo is extremely insulated against tier limit, considering once we know they're on tier, we can just special summon out our Hopier and make Herald of the Arclight. We can choose to summon Spright Blue in that scenario and then go ahead and grab follow-up. So it's extremely insulated to tier limit. Really only losing to Dark Ruler No More, but still being able to make the Herald of the Arclight is really important in a format like this. So make sure you guys stick around for this deck profile. So here's the deck, y'all. To get into the tuner monsters to start off with, we have 3 Sharnga, 1 Hopier Squadron, and 3 Deep Sea Diva. This engine just allows us to get as many level 2 tuner monsters in our hand as possible to start the game off with. You can't search Diva in a deck like this unless you're playing a card like Small World, which in a format where Ash Blossom is so rampant, really don't like taking that risk. But you can if you'd like to, but these are like the most optimal level 2 tuners I could think of. Sharnga is actually insane, having a quick effect to banish itself from graveyard to pop a card, and we can synchro with our Horus monsters to make the Full Armor Master, which is just really strong. And then the Deep Sea Diva, as you saw in the combo, as well as Hopier Squadron as our searchable tuner. Next up, we do have the Horse package, so one of each name, and then the 3 Imseti and 3 King Sark. For the Nimble package, we are on 3 Angler, 3 Beaver. We absolutely have to see Angler. This is like the bread and butter. If we see this card in King Sark or this card in Imseti, we are just cracked. Like, we're gonna go right off. And now for the Spright package, we have 3 blue, 1 carrot, 1 jet, 1 red, and 1 starter. This is just a small Spright package so that we can just get to it with the Gigantic, since we do just make Gigantic in our combo. In addition to that, if we feel like, if we open up blue, we get to just go ahead, summon blue, search carrot, and now we have a spell negate on top of the rest of our board, and then we can just special summon another level 2 off of the Gigantic in the combo, or just not even make it. And then be able to potentially summon Imseti. So I like 3 blue in a list like this. And then we have, for our flex spots, we have 2 Triple Tactics Talent, 3 Nibiru, 1 Ash, and 3 Infinite Impermanence. For the Synchro monsters, we're playing 1 Baron, 1 Full Armor Master, because we can make it with the Sharnga, 1 Cupid Pitch, and 1 Herald of the Arclight. Something to note in this deck is after we use our Baron negate, we can easily just put it back into the deck, summon a Horus monster from graveyard, and then immediately re-synchro into it. Or if, like, for example, our opponent, if our opponent, like, we do use the negate, again, we can just recycle it and recur it and be able to make it later with, like, Hopier Squadron or stuff like that. Or if we opened Sharnga and a Hopier Squadron, we can just use the Sharnga to make our Full Armor Master, leave a Horus on board, summon the Hopier, make Baron, and end on 2 really powerful level 10 Synchro monsters. For the rank 8s, we are playing 1 Giant Trainer, 1 Hope Harbinger, 1 Photon Lord, and then we are playing 1 Gigantic Spright and 1 Sky Thunder, because we do play 5 Xyz monsters. And then for the links, we're on 1 Access Code, 1 Dark the Dark Charmer, 1 Masquerena, 1 Nightmare Unicorn, 1 SP Little Knight, and 1 Spright Sprint. I've really been enjoying doing these combo tutorials for you guys. I really hope you guys enjoy them. Make sure you guys smash that like button, smash that subscribe button. Check out Learn TCG in the description box below. This is Gores, hopping off.